Hi guys, so we're back on with the Range Rover Sport. This is an 06. We're going to be changing the hub on it today. So we've got a good look here. Effectively just removed the tyre, so that's basically what you're going to see as soon as you open it up. I have done some work just to loosen bits off, so you're not going to sit around forever and watch me do it. So first job here is going to be removing this bolt. It's already loose. This is basically just a clip to hold the wiring down to the brake caliper, so I'll remove that. There you go. For all you guys out there, that is a 10mm socket. Okay. So I'm using a quick rattle, brilliant things. Behind the caliper, you'll see those are a 12-point bolt. There's one there. Yeah, right underneath the arm, and there's another one down below. There is a further bolt up, just try and give you a view on that. Hi guys, but that is actually not the one, so you want the one which is a 12-point. So just a bit of a tip, that 12-point bolt, I'm using a 7/8 12-point socket. That's the best thing I found to get those off. I know you can get a specialist tool, but they work. Okay guys, so those bolts are removed now. You'll see the caliper is actually just flopping around, so I can actually just remove that now. So the only thing that's holding that on now is the friction between the two pads. You can squeeze it here, but probably it's easier just to take it off and actually squeeze it off the car. I just turn a pad around and actually push it with a G-clamp. So I'll show you how to do that in another video. Okay, so the wiring is loose. Just show you that. So the wiring is completely off. The only wire that's coming down into the hub, which we're going to remove later, is this Hall effect sensor. You can just see it there. So that's just going to be another 10mm or 8mm bolt. I'll find that out for you and give you an update. But that is the only wire. Everything else comes onto the caliper. So when you actually remove the caliper, that's going to let me pull the whole thing off. I've just set up a little coat hanger up here. You can see what I've done. I've just cut one of those wire coat hangers. Hanging the caliper on that is one of the best ways to keep it out of the way. You'll stop damaging any wiring, not pulling anything. Don't let it hang. If you let it hang, then you run the risk of pulling the brake lines out. It can leak brake fluid, and you can actually, if you leave it long enough, have the cylinders pop out. So I'll update you when we've got that down to the brake. So I'll just take that off now, just to show you. So there you go, that's just come off. Okay, and I'm hanging it up. Okay. Hi guys, so we've got the disc down bare now. We've just broken this out, so this is using a T45 Torx. So you can use a security Torx or just a Torx. This is quite tight, so you can see there, that's a little bit works. And so I was going to stick a clip on it. So we're just getting that freed up basically. It's out, we've got the bolt here, little shorty, so we'll just put that. Okay guys, next job here, we've got to remove this bolt. It's a 32mm, but we have got a little clip in there that's been bent over. That just needs to be knocked back. I just use an angled drift. You want to basically just knock it out of that groove. It's just there as a security feature, so you can actually ensure that the bolt won't spin if it ever comes loose. So that's just going to get knocked back to round. Hi guys, so we've loosened off this nut. It's now free spinning, so just going to wind it off, and then we'll be pushing back the shaft back into the gearbox. So that's the shaft there. You can see we've got one UJ and then the other one back there. They should just collapse back and give you enough room to work with. Alright, I'll come back again when I've done that. Hi guys, so you can see there the actual drive shaft has been pushed back in, so that's actually now flush. It is free floating, it's just moving back and forwards in the hole, which is good news. There's sometimes seas, so we're ready to start getting the hub out. So we've got to get these, there are two bolts at the top, and I'll try and get around and show you. There are bolts at the bottom. Just note the bottoms do stick out further. That's factory fit, that's not an issue. When we're reinstalling, you want to make sure that gap that you can see there between the actual hub and the main collar is actually closed up tight. Okay. Hi folks, well that was the result. I unbolted the hub and the whole thing just fell out. I was expecting a bit of a battle to get it off, but yeah, that went a treat. So hub's off. I'm just going to spend a bit of time cleaning this face up. As I say, remember this is for the Hall effect sensor. You can actually see how the Hall effect sensor works in there. If you see these ridges, what that does is it uses a magnetic sensor to just count the pulses, and it tells it how fast the shaft is spinning. Yeah, that's a real result. So now we've got it taken off, we'll just do a bit of a tidy up on it and bring the new hub in.